Lashana Tova. I'm Steve Crandell, and I'm honored to serve as president of Temple Emmanuel's Board of Trustees for this year and next. What a difference a year makes. Last year on Erev Rosh Hashanah, I had the privilege of speaking to you from the Bima about our 2020 project. I breathed a big sigh of relief when that was over. I figured I was off the hook for addressing the congregation for a long time. Enter karma. By the time the year ended, Andrew Weinberg was trying to get me to be on the list of future presidents as part of a 10 to 12 year succession plan. By February, I had volunteered to be first on that list. So, here we are. Normally, our first-year president talks about his or her journey to becoming president of the congregation and why he or she is the right person for the job. I've always wondered why this was important, but over the last several years, I've grown to realize that it's about humanizing the role and helping to create personal connections. While many of you know my story, I'm certain that many of you don't. I'll give you the very abbreviated version. You see, I've been a member of Temple Emmanuel for over 58 years. My parents were married here by Rabbi Gittin and didn't know many people at their own wedding, but that's a story for another day. My sister Lori and I both went through the religious school and learned so much from teachers like Rosalie Gittin, Betty Rinsler, and Michelle Gabriel. We sang in Phyllis O'Mel's junior choir and were active in the youth group. I joined on my own in 1984 after college and ultimately raised my family here. I was fortunate enough to have the best two examples of how to be a mensch anyone could ask for. My parents, Ruth and Bob Crandell. They were truly pillars of the Jewish community. To say they were dedicated to the temple would be a huge understatement. They were generous with their time, their ideas, and ultimately with their money. When you needed something done, you called Ruth Crandell and it got done. My dad was the leader who seemed to have an innate idea of how to run an organization like this and how to get people involved. On the surface, he seemed like a really nice guy with a terrific sense of humor. Actually, he was a master at how to use humor as a leadership tool, and he had a unique ability to bring people together. I was fortunate to serve as treasurer while each of them was president of the temple, and I learned a great deal about how to do this job. I served under several other temple presidents, including Dan Lee, Steve Greenberg, Laura Danoff Robinson, Mike Kahn, Barry Cohen, Jeff Hoffman, Andrew Weinberg, and Deborah Zimmer. Each one of these dedicated leaders handled this role differently. I'll use what I learned from each of them as I navigate the next couple of years. I know I can count on them for guidance if I go off course. This new year is anything but normal. I guess I'm the first president to address the congregation on video. I know I'm the first to be doing so wearing a tie and shorts, but you'll have to take my word for that. In the next week or so, you're going to receive an email with a copy of an article, A Year Without a Synagogue. It's written by two rabbis from Northern California. I really like the tone of their article, so I want to share some of their words. Synagogues are extensions of our homes, where Jewish life is marked and celebrated. Synagogues are the people who show up at your door with a meal, the phone calls when you have lost someone you've loved, the rabbi who is there to listen. For our children, synagogues are the place where they are nurtured and loved without the pressure of secular school. Synagogues are where we grapple with big ideas. They are a place for identity experimentation and self-expression, a place where ethics are upheld and love and kindness prevail. Through our synagogues, the world is healed. Synagogues bring families together to honor sacred time. During hard times, they are where we learn to handle challenges and where resilience is built. Jewish synagogue life is not here to add additional work or stress to one's life. It's here to be a place that holds emotion, whether joyful or disappointment. Yes, it takes commitment. Those commitments come in the form of time, money, energy, and emotional investment. Ideally, what one gets out of belonging to a synagogue can't be measured by any standard metric. It can only be measured in feelings of love, community, and connection to each other and to the divine, or to something greater than ourselves. Let's talk about our annual campaign. I know it's everybody's least favorite topic at High Holy Days, but it's a topic that must be covered. Last year we were just short of our goal, but we expected that as we were working on the 2020 campaign at the same time. This year, we're upping our goal to $100,000. I can't emphasize enough how important this campaign is to our finances. There are so many unknowns because of COVID-19, but we do know that there has been a direct impact on our preschool. Enrollment is picking up, but a revenue shortfall is simply unavoidable. The money raised by this campaign allows us to keep our staff properly paid and covers the ever-rising cost of health insurance and other benefits. It allows us to provide better programming for you. It allows us to have a safer environment for our preschool and religious school. This will help us be fully prepared for when we open back up. You all have a campaign pledge card in your High Holy Day bag. You can either send that card in, call the office to make your pledge, or visit the annual campaign page on our website. The campaign runs now through the end of January. 2020 has been a very strange year. I'd like to say that we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Until we do see that light, please know that the board and the staff are working hard to create an experience that, while different, still gives us the sense of community and family that we all crave. You will be hearing more about what we have planned over the coming weeks. The problems we have to solve are different than anything we've had to experience before. You already know how great our staff is. We also have a fantastic board of trustees. Together, we're taking the challenge head on and continuing to move forward. The result will be a synagogue that is stronger, safer, and more resilient than ever. Remember, we don't belong to Temple Emmanuel. Temple Emmanuel belongs to us. It's our extended home and community, and it's our responsibility to provide for its future. I want to wish you all a happy, safe, and healthy new year. L'Shana Tova.